Stand by now for the big Supreme Court verdict, and this order will be on the NEET controversy. We are told that as I speak, the Chief Justice of India and the bench is dictating the order on the NEET. The Supreme Court has already made an observation that systematic deficiencies were seen in conducting examination. That's already a huge remark coming in, that it does appear to be more systematic than perhaps a few individuals who decided to either leak or were indulgent in a malpractice of this NEET examination. Remember, when it comes to medical profession or the medical aspirants, it's going to be very important that the top court now ends this matter, clears the transparency factor specifically, and that it is based on simply merit, on the hard work of these aspirants and students, and in no way can any sort of malpractice be allowed. So the question is, what the petitioners were asking was that a re-examination or a retest needs to be done, while many have said they don't want to do a retest because they've given it their all. So there's been a lot of questions that were raised on this, and now the Supreme Court could decide, is it going to be a retest for one and all, which means possibly thousands of candidates, or could there be a specific decision? India Today's Srishti Ojha, our legal correspondent, is joining me for the latest on that. Srishti, go ahead. What are you hearing from the court right now?
Well, Pooja, the court is dictating its order as we speak. My colleague Kanush Radha is sending us live updates from the court, where the bench led by Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud as of now has recorded the submissions and the arguments, the contentions basically that have been put before the court by both parties. The court has also noted that by an interim order, while flagging the principal issues and contention, the top court had also called for a disclosure on affidavit by the NTA, Union and CBI. So they have recorded this in the order that NTA, Union and CBI had filed their status reports and affidavits before the court. The role of CBI comes to play as the FIR in different states, including Delhi, Gujarat, Rajasthan, etc., were all transferred to CBI to probe. The court has said that there is an urgent need to provide certainty and finality to this dispute because it affects the career of lakhs of students. The court has recorded in its order that arguments have been concluded, judgment has been reserved, and in a matter like present, it's imperative that final conclusions of the court be recorded at this particular stage because there's an urgent need. The court had earlier also highlighted this, that that the matter will be prioritized because lakhs of students are being affected with regard to this entire NEET-UG controversy. Some of the conclusions that the court is now recording in its order is firstly that the fact that a leak did happen, a leak has occurred in the NEET-UG 2024 exam is not in dispute. The court has said that a leak of NEET-UG took place at Hazaribagh and at Patna, and the fact of the paper leak is not at dispute. Following the transfer of the investigation, CBI has also filed its status reports before court dated 10th July, 17th July and 21st July. So three status reports have been filed by CBI regarding its investigation, and the disclosures by the Central Bureau of Investigation indicate that the investigation is still continuing, and it has been indicated that around 155 students from these examination centers at Hazaribagh and Patna appear
Stay
to
on
be
with
the
me.
beneficiary.
So here's what the latest details that are coming in, that the CBI filed a status report dated 10th July, then 17th and 21st July. So there were constant updates that have come in and that are getting added to and were submitted to the court as well. But this is a huge remark that has come in from the Supreme Court. The fact that we are talking about Hazaribagh and Patna, that it's clear that this is not in dispute. The fact that a leak of the NEET undergraduate 2024 did take place is the big remark, and this is what the CBI also appears to have said in its investigation. But remember, we are talking about 24 lakh students who appeared for over 1 lakh seats. And it has to be complete transparency and clear merit base that the court currently, as we are speaking, is presenting the order and speaking about how there were Srishti, you also tell us in this case that the court has said systematic failure, systematic leak has taken place with structural deficiencies. And that possibly, as if you're going by now what the order says, the only course of action permissible would be to conduct a retest.
Well, this is something that the petitioners had argued for the court, Pooja, that systemic leaks, systemic irregularities to an extent have happened in this matter, that retest is the only option. The court has repeated during the 4 days of hearings again and again that they will not order a retest unless and until they are convinced that the paper leakage or the irregularities were widespread enough to order a paper leak. What they have recorded in this particular order is something that the court has earlier also mentioned, that the fact that there was a paper leak at the Hazaribagh and Patna centers is undoubted. The court had already remarked that it is correct to say that papers were in fact leaked and disseminated before the exam took place. But what the court had to decide in its order was only whether this leak was a localized leak, if it only affected a few centers, only the centers at Hazaribagh and Patna, or was it widespread enough for court to order an investigation, to order a retest for students, considering there are 23 lakh students which are involved in this case. Now, the court in its order has pointed out that the investigation by the CBI is still undergoing. According to CBI's report, when we talk about the paper leak at Hazaribagh and Patna, around 155 students were the beneficiaries of that paper leak, which is now an admitted fact before the court. They have, however, noted that the investigation by CBI has not attained finality yet. The government was asked by court to indicate what are the abnormalities as far as the results with respect to centers are concerned, which is when the government had filed a report which was made by IIT Madras before the Supreme Court, which is also something the court has produced. The court has now said on the basis that there
also tell us how IIT was brought in here. There was a report by IIT Madras, then IIT Delhi was called in to check some of the papers, and that's how it made it clear that perhaps there was a lot of confusion with the answers. So there was different sources even for the court to scrutinize. So it was not just that the court went by the petitioners or went by what the CBI was saying. It appears that the court independently also tried to scrutinize the data that was submitted on record.
Well, yes, that's what the court has said, Pooja, that they have also independently scrutinized the data given by NTA. And a big update that's now coming from the Supreme Court. The court has said that there's not enough evidence to show that sanctity of the entire exam was breached. Based on the analysis of the data that was produced before the court has said that there is an absence of material on record sufficient enough to lead to the conclusion that there was a systemic breach to the sanctity of the exam. This is a big observation which is coming because, as I was telling you earlier, the court has made it clear during the course of the hearing that the only way in which it will order or consider directing a retest for NEET UG students would be if the entire sanctity of the exam has been breached. The petitioners were also asked...
This is huge, Srishti. Please stay on with me. Please stay on with me because this is the big news. As the order is being read out, our correspondents inside the court are telling us not enough evidence to show that sanctity of the exam was breached. This is huge, which means that yes, there were definitely leaks that have happened, but they have been at either a center or a school in some area and possibly were more localized. But to say that the whole examination with itself can be questioned, its sanctity, because remember, we are talking about multiple centers, multiple precautionary tools that are employed here, and to say that all of this was breached, all of this was a mass-scale malpractice, that has not happened in this case. Would that be correct to say, Srishti? And perhaps that could lead to a fact, if at all there is no retest, that may happen. Because this is, I think, the biggest comment that has come in from the Supreme Court to say not enough evidence to show sanctity of the exam was breached. What possibly do you think has led the court to say this?
Well, yes, definitely the observations. I mean, the court is still dictating the order, but if we go by what the court has said until now, this doesn't look like it's going in the direction of a retest, because the court has time and again during the hearing made it very clear that the only way in which a retest would be conducted, or the only situation in which a retest would be conducted, is if the petitioners convince the court that there was a systemic failure, that the leak was, or irregularities were to such an extent that they can prove that it has breached the sanctity of the exam. Now, after going through all the data that has been presented before the court by CBI, NTA and Center, the court has said that it has gone independently also. It is not taking all the submissions on face value. It has independently scrutinized
so,
the data that
Srishti,
has been given.
then if there is not enough evidence to say that complete sanctity has been breached, then what happens to those students who definitely were a part of the league? Because there are many who said, we studied hard, we gave it our all and we did our honest examination, why should we suffer? So there was this whole differentiation. Can that happen between, so to say, a tainted and an untainted student? Do you think that's what the court is also referring to right now as the latest coming in, that to have a re-examination for all also wouldn't be fair?
Well, we'll have to wait for the court to conclude its order with regard to those aspects, because as we know, there are multiple aspects which the court is concerned with in this particular case. Earlier, the court had indicated that individual instances where cases of irregularities at different centers are being pointed out is something that the court will deal with. Later, we saw that the court said that maybe these petitioners or these students should approach the respective high courts for their individual grievances. Now, what the Supreme Court has said is that ordering retest or cancellation of NEET UG is not justified. That's a big remark that's come in on the basis of the material placed on
ordering the cancellation of the entire NET examination is not justified. The top court of the country says ordering the cancellation of the entire NET examination cannot be justified. Court is mindful of the fact that to order a retest will include grievous consequences for 24 lakh students, because to employ all of that again, to make all of these honest students also sit for examination, because a few have decided. All right, so the big statement has come. Supreme Court has said no retest in the NET undergraduate 2024 examination. Srishti Oja and all our colleagues there in the court are saying, so this appears final. If you're watching this, if you're a parent or a student who was a part of the NET examination undergraduate program, there is not going to be a retest in the NET UG 2024 examination. So that is the big statement, big order that has come. But it remains to be seen then what happens to those students who've been accused of being a part of the leak. Srishti, I come to you. Can we take this for final? No retest in the NET undergraduate 2024 examination. It could come as a relief to many students who did their hard work, gave the examination, and perhaps they believe they got the results which were correct as per their merit.
Well, yes, Pooja, live update from the Supreme Court hearing that my colleagues Kanu Sharda and Nalini Sharma are sending us. The Supreme Court has made it very clear that ordering the cancellation of the entire NEET UG exam is not justified. This is a conclusion that the court has reached at on the basis of the material which was placed on record by the court. So as of now, the Supreme Court is still dictating its order. But one thing that they've made very clear is that according to them, the top court has spoken. According to them, a retest of no retest for NEET, basically retest for all the students who appeared in the NEET UG exam. And ordering the cancellation of the entire NEET UG exam is not justified according to Supreme Court, and this is not something that they have said based on the submissions or one or two submissions that have been made by the parties, or they have not taken it on. They have not taken anything on face value. They have in fact analyzed everything. The data that was presented before them, everything has been analyzed by the court itself. The data that was presented by CBI, NTA, the court has scrutinized that data on its own and has reached this conclusion.
What happens then? What happens here on Srishti? Because for those who have given the test, have the results which they think is as per their merit, will they then can go ahead and stay on with me? Our legal editor Nalini Sharma also are joining us right now. Nalini, this is huge. To at least make this final, can we say this is a confirmed order now that no retest in the NET undergraduate 2024 examination? Nalini.
Yes, Pooja, a big breaking news coming in from the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court categorically said that there is no evidence on record. In fact, there is not sufficient evidence on record to suggest that the sanctity of the entire exam has been breached. They've also gone ahead and said that there is no justification for cancelling the entire NEET UG exam, keeping in mind that it will impact 24 lakh students across India, including students from the SCs, STs, OBCs, students from the rural areas that have travelled several kilometers to give the exam. So there is no justification, and keeping that in mind, there will be no retest for the NEET UG 2024 exam. It's been 4 days of arguments. The three-judge bench headed by none other than the Chief Justice of India has been hearing from all petitioners, from the government, from the NTA. In fact, today even the CBI additional director addressed the court and told the court about the investigation in the matter. And while the Supreme Court has allowed for the investigation to continue, they have said that the investigation so far has not revealed anything sufficient on record to prove that there has been a breach of the sanctity of the entire exam. In fact, at this stage, it seems like that the breach is limited to 2 centers in Patna and Hazariganj, rather 2 cities in Patna and Hazaribagh, and there is no large-scale impact of this entire thing as far as the investigation so far has been done. But the investigation, of course, is going to continue. But the Supreme Court categorically is saying that there will be no retest for the NEET 2024 exam. And Pooja, the reason why the Supreme Court has given the order on such an urgent basis is because they said that this is something that impacts students. All the students across the country are waiting out to see what the Supreme Court does, and which is why the Supreme Court needs to expeditiously decide what needs to be done in this matter. A detailed order with the reasoning is going to come at a later stage.
Here on, just to get the clarity, if there's a parent or a student who's given the examination is watching, those who have got the results, can we say they can go ahead, they can apply to the institutions ahead? Those who have been tainted, will they now face the law, and that there will be no retest coming in for any other aspirant? Let's be very clear on that, because they have to now apply for the colleges. Their schedules will have to become, they're looking to become the medical profession of this country.
Absolutely, Pooja. In fact, the central government had already told the Supreme Court that by the 3rd week of July, the counselling will start. So there was no stay on the counselling. So the counselling is going to continue according to the results. And the central government had also assured the Supreme Court that during the course of the exam, if it is seen that any student who's gotten the seat has in fact unfairly benefited from the paper leak or any other unfair practice, then not only will their results be cancelled, but they will also be blacklisted from giving the exam in the future. So that is up to the government and the CBI to conduct the probe and see who the beneficiaries are. So far, the Supreme Court has said that the CBI probe has shown that there are a total of 155 beneficiaries only out of 24 lakh students that had registered for the exam and about 23.33 lakhs that had actually given the exam. There are only 155 students who are beneficiaries of the paper leak or any unfair means. And keeping that in mind, it is not large enough to say that the entire sanctity of the exam, in fact, has been compromised, which is the basic reasoning that the Supreme Court has followed in deciding that there should be no retest that needs to be conducted. After the arguments had completed, Pooja, the judges took about a 15-minute break where they went back in the chambers, discussed what needs to be done in the matter. And after that, the Chief Justice of India came and pronounced the order. He said that the detailed order with the reasons for why the Supreme Court has done this will follow, but it is important that at least the operative portion of the order is pronounced as early as possible. So all of the students who've been anxious for several days since this controversy is broken out, at least their anxiety can be curbed and the further process
what a
can
relief.
continue.
What a relief, at least for the honest students, medical aspirants who had done their bit, and they were at no fault. They at least can go ahead with the one conclusion coming in here. Nalini, please stay on with me, because Srishti Ojha joins me from the campus at the court as well. Srishti, just to be clear here, this is an ongoing investigation by the Central Bureau of Investigation. The CBI has submitted reports, status reports, and 3 dates specifically through the month of July. How will they now ensure that the tainted students also don't get the benefit of this, that they are caught and those specific areas are going to be taken cognizance of by the court?
Pooja, we also need to wait for Supreme Court to finish dictating the order. As of now, the court is still dictating its order on the NEET UG issue, because multiple aspects were involved. Paper leak was not the only issue which was highlighted in this matter before court. As we know, the court had also considered submissions about the answer key and how there was one particular question, a physics question, for which 2 answers were considered to be correct. Yesterday, we saw petitioners argue on that particular aspect, which was also taken as a ground for why a retest should be ordered by the court. Now, the court has said that there is no ambiguity for the correct option for that particular answer after the IIT Delhi director report, which the court had sought for yesterday. They said that a report was sought by IIT Delhi director. 3 members committee of experts analyzed that particular question, and they have said that the answer which was considered to be correct by the NTA initially was in fact the correct answer. The court has decided to accept the report of IIT Delhi, and accordingly has now directed NTA to revise the result on the basis of that report of IIT. So the benefit of grace marks which was granted to around 44 students, because two answers were considered to be correct for one question, that benefit now goes away. We also saw during the hearing the court was asking NTA to suggest if in case the court passes a direction in this regard where only one answer should be correct, should be considered to be correct.
So there are different factors that are coming in here. Just to reiterate for the viewer, if you're tuning in right now, it's a big order which is still being read, but what we can confirm for now, the Supreme Court top bench has said there's been no systematic breach, at least as it appears from evidence. There's not enough evidence to say that there was a full-on systematic breach that deserves a re-examination of the whole test, which means we're talking about 24 lakh students. So that's not going to happen. No retest in the NEET undergraduate examination. Supreme Court has very categorically said, but this is right now an ongoing CBI investigation. Nalini, just let's try and help understand this, because there were many students who believed if there was some of these aspirants who had given examination, they were getting marks that were extraordinary, that did not make sense. How can they then get the seats that the deserving candidates would not get? There was a lot of confusion over this. So how should this order right now be taken into consideration? No retest. Do you think it will come as relief? Do you think many would have wanted a retest? What are you picking up on this?
So, Pooja, since this time that the controversy is broken out, India Today has been regularly speaking to students, both who are in favor of a retest happening and those also who are strongly opposing any retest in this entire matter. In fact, even before the Supreme Court, there were both batch of petitions. Students who wanted a retest and students who did not want the retest. But the most interesting aspect to watch out for, and anybody who's interested in finding out exactly how the investigation has been carried out, today the CBI Additional Director addressed the court during the course of the arguments and gave the detailed timeline and the chain of events of how the entire paper leak had happened, how the paper leak had happened in Hazaribagh, and from there the question paper was sent to Patna to certain accused persons who then printed out the question paper, gave it to the solvers, who then in turn taught certain students, and on the basis of this the CBI has been able to conclude that a total of 155 people, some of whom have been arrested, some of whom are still being investigated, total of 155 students were in fact beneficiaries of this entire paper leak. So keeping in mind that a total of 24 lakh students had registered for the exam, both the NTA, the centre as well as the CBI have told the Supreme Court that there doesn't seem to be any compulsion to order a retest because there is no widespread impact of the paper leak across India. In fact, it is only limited to two cities, Patna and Hazaribagh, and keeping that in mind, the investigation can take care of these students and there should be no retest because the other students should not have to face the brunt of certain students who are indulging in unfair practices. So that is an argument that seems to have stuck with the Supreme Court, and despite very strong opposition from the petitioners stating that there is no conclusive evidence to say that there has been no widespread leak, the Supreme Court rather has interpreted it to be that there is also no conclusive evidence to say that there has not been any widespread leak. So keeping that in mind...
Nalini, let's just talk about quickly and briefly for the viewer about what the petitioners have said, who are very categorical. They said there has to be a retest because this clearly means we cannot differentiate between the tainted and the untainted students. But then also when the government constantly was presenting reports, government also was very categorical that this was not a mass malpractice. It may have happened here or there. Just tell us briefly about both sides of hearing and the manner that led the top bench of the court to decide. We understand there have been a few locations like Patna and Hazaribagh, but that does not mean the whole sanctity of the examination has been compromised.
Well, Pooja, the main point that was being raised by the petitioners was that because the investigation is still ongoing, so at this stage it cannot conclusively be said to what extent the paper leak had actually impacted the exam. But at the same time, what CBI told the Supreme Court is that throughout their investigation, what they've discovered is that there are only two cities were impacted. Remember, Pooja, at the very first hearing that had happened in the Supreme Court, the CBI had made it clear that a retest will only and only be a last resort if it is proved proven that there is a widespread impact of the paper leak on the exam, and more importantly, if they are not able to segregate the tainted students from the untainted students. But after the CBI has come forth and given the details of its investigation in a sealed cover report to the Supreme Court, and additionally also told the Supreme Court about the modus operandi that was conducted by these accused in this case, because the Supreme Court had some very pointed questions, Pooja, during the course of the hearing. They in fact even asked the CBI, how is it possible that all of these accused have not circulated the paper online, because that is the faster means of doing so. But on each aspect, the CBI had an answer. The CBI told them that when they are in it to make the money, they don't want to circulate it online. They do only want to give it to certain students from whom they have gotten the money, and also students who they can trust, so their identity will not be revealed. So it's a very thought out, well-planned scam that has been conducted by certain people, and only 155 students have benefited from it. And it seems like the Supreme Court has been satisfied with the kind of responses that have come in both from the NTA
so
and
it appears
the CBI
the court has stated that to order a re-examination could also lead to serious consequences. We are talking about over 20 lakh students. So what happens thereon, remember, there's a whole future that awaits them. This could disrupt the academic schedule because it's very cut to cut. Many of them have applied not only across the country but possibly in universities beyond the country as well. And then, therefore, that also has to be kept in mind. And the fact that the counselling starts tomorrow, the time was running out. The court had to decide. If a re-examination, what happens to the counselling? So can we say now, Nalini, that at least if the counselling for the NET undergraduate program start tomorrow, those who are convinced with the results, who do not, of course, now that they're not going to be a mass retest, just need to go ahead with the results they have?
Yes, I think there are about 108,000 that have gotten the seats in respect of the exam after clearing the exam, and now with the counselling beginning tomorrow, all of these 108,000 students will be able to get their seats that they will get according to the counselling process. The only rider I would like to put over here is that if during the course of the investigation, because the investigation is still going to continue, if during the course of the investigation it is found that any of these 108,000 students in fact were beneficiaries.
Please stay on with me, Nalini. Apologies for interrupting you there. MOS Education, Sukanta Majumdar is joining me for the latest on that. We understand that the court has taken all cognizance, have had a detailed hearing, Mr. Majumdar, but there will still be many who feel it deserved a re-examination. Why do you think that the court has taken a correct order right now given out to say because counselling starts tomorrow, cannot have a mass retest? Let's go ahead with what we have right now.
See, from the beginning, we are in the opinion of that we will obey the verdict of the court that will come. And today, the court has given the verdict, and it is the confirmation of the stand of the government that no such evidence are available by which we can claim, or anyone can claim that it is a gross malpractice happened. So that has been confirmed by the court, Honorable Supreme Court of this country, and we, as already we have declared that we will follow the verdict of the Honorable Supreme Court, and I think that court has every right and every expertise to investigate the matter, and they have analyzed it, and they have come to the conclusion that there is no evidence of gross malpractice or leakage, whatever you say. But and also they have decided that not to cancel the examination, and this further procedure in this regard will continue.
Well, the students who have given the examination, their families, their parents must be listening to you right now. What do you say to them as MOS Education, specifically if there is any concern, if their future could be tampered with, if there is any sort of other issues going to crop up? Now when they go ahead with the counselling, can you say that it will all be as per protocol schedule, and you will ensure that with the CBI that any sort of tainted students, any malpractice, which will be immediately dealt with and in an extremely independent, transparent manner?
Obviously, as you know, the CBI is doing the investigation, and is there any fault or any malpractice that happened due to the some people, maybe they will be behind the bar, and the future of our students is the most important thing. And I can assure you, even our Honorable Minister Dharmendra Pradhan ji also assured that the future of the students will be taken care of, and this judgment will bring the peace in the mind of those people, especially the guardians, because maybe they are anxious regarding the future of their offspring. And now it is clear that no gross violation or malpractice is happened. So it is, I think, this will help the people of this country to be faithful on the system of this country.
One final question, sir, to the petitioners who had been calling for a retest. They wouldn't clearly be convinced with the order. What would you say to them or anyone concerned right now that with regard to how they wanted a retest?
See, the Honorable Supreme Court of this country today rejected the petition of seeking NEET UGC retest and the cancellation of the result, which was announced in last month. And the observation is that data on record is not indicative of systemic leak of the question. That is the observation of Honorable Supreme Court. So we have a robust Supreme Court and as well as the other judicial system in our country. So we should have the faith on our apex court, so that we can run this country smoothly. Otherwise, everyone will question on the integrity of anything. Then it will be a mess, nothing more than that. So we should have the faith on the robust system of our country, and we should have the faith on the Supreme Court.
So, sir, a final protocol to ensure that we do not see a repeat of what unfolded this year with regard to the NEET and NTA controversy, sir? That there is going to be review, that the government will sit on the table and ensure that this will be once and for all cleared. There was definitely some loophole that individually, if not systematic, they managed to find it and the leak did happen. All right, that was MOS Education, Mr. Sukanto Majumdar, saying that it is imperative that there wasn't a mass malpractice that the government had been maintaining and that the Supreme Court has also accepted, taken cognizance of. Of course, the fact remains that two, Hazaribagh and Patna, have been accepted by the court, that there have been malpractice, but the court has maintained that there is not enough evidence to suggest that there is a need of a mass retest because there was a mass malpractice or leak, and therefore, as counselling begins tomorrow, and I bring in Srishti Oja and Kanu Sarda also on this, that Kanu, because you've been reporting from inside, tell us precisely what the court said. Counselling begins tomorrow. This was time running out. And now those students can go ahead with the results they have, because many petitioners will not be happy.
Well, right, Pooja, the court has ordered no retest for now, but the rider over here is that the counselling starts tomorrow, but the NTA has to redo the result because of the question of the physics, which was in controversy since yesterday, that, the IIT Delhi director is saying that, the option 4 was the right option. So the NTA has to, redo the entire result and then submit it. So the counselling might get affected for a day or two until the NTA comes out with the fresh result. The Supreme Court has also said that, it is just an interim order today, and they are going to have a detailed order later on and give directions to the 7-member committee, which was formed by the NTA after these kind of leaks have happened. So the directions will come from the Supreme Court as to how to prevent these kind of leaks, because the sanctity of the exam is what is important, and this is what the Supreme Court has reiterated several times, because today also the Supreme Court has categorically made it very, very clear that the material placed on record before the Supreme Court is not enough to order a retest. That is why they have said that no retest at this point of time, but yes, they have asked the NTA to redo the results for those candidates who have, got benefit of 4 marks because of the wrong answer being chosen. So this needs to be seen, and since the counselling starts tomorrow, so the statement from the Education Ministry will definitely come to clear the amongst the students who are before the Supreme Court also. But secondly, also the liberty is also granted to those students who want to raise individual cases. They can go to the respective high courts in their states, and the High Court will entertain the case on each merit basis. So Supreme Court has just disposed of the case today.
Kanu, this is very interesting. I'll take a minute there. What you're saying is very interesting. The court has said via the order that there will not be a retest retest. But because of that one physics question that IIT Delhi was brought in, the answers many aspirants had said were confusing. They decided on that answer. That could affect the results. And even the court has said the NTA shall revise the result on this. What happens thereon? Because I'm trying to understand then, if 24 hours later is the counselling, do students go ahead with that right now? Will the counselling be held back? Are we waiting for some decision on that?
The Supreme Court has made it very, very clear. The NTA has to redo the result because the IIT director report is categorically clear that only one of the options was correct. And going by that, those students who were granted extra marks because of attempting the wrong question during the examination will be benefited. So one of the petitioner who was a topper girl in this NEET UG exam, she came to the Supreme Court and argued that if the question that I had attempted, because she got the full marks, 720 out of 720, she argued that, if that 4 marks were withdrawn from me now, because I attempted that question, because I attempted a wrong part now, as per the IIT director report, I will only get 716 marks. But the court said that, since the right option was cleared by the team of IIT people, we cannot ignore that fact. That is why, the counselling might get delayed. As of now, I don't have any information that...
But nevertheless, we'll be tracking that. We'll be tracking the big statement that has come in from the top court of India, and that is to the critics, to the petitioners who were stating there's been a mass breach, there's been a systematic breach. The court has very clearly said that there is not enough evidence to suggest that there's been a mass malpractice or the whole sanctity of the NET examination has been compromised. Therefore, no retest is happening, but of course it's an ongoing investigation by the CBI, and therefore more updates will come. But with the counselling tomorrow, would this be seen as a relief for many who wanted to go ahead with the counselling, or for the petitioners who may look at other options as well? I want to thank all my colleagues right now on the ground, Kanu Sarda, Srishti Oja and Nalini Sharma. This is the big news. It affects over 20 lakh students and as many families, and therefore perhaps some statement right now could bring a relief. They can go ahead with their academic schedule.